Students, today we are here to discuss fundamental unit of life. Cell, as we know, it is considered as structural and functional unit of life. This is the definition of a cell discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665 while observing slices of cork under primitive microscope that he made. A cell can independently perform all activities to sustain life. Cell has three major functional regions. First, plasma membrane, second, nucleus, and third, cytoplasm. We will discuss about these in detail when I will explain about the cell organelles. Leeuwenhoek in 1674, with the help of improved microscope, discovered the free living cells in the pond water. So he was the first person who discovered free living cells in the pond water. Robert Brown in 1831 discovered the nucleus in the cell. So if question comes in exam who discovered nucleus, you will write Robert Brown. Purkinje in 1839 coined the term protoplasm for the fluid substance of the cell, or you can say living matter of the cell. Protoplasm is the living matter. Sheldon and Szechuan, they gave cell theory, and according to that cell theory, all plants and animals are composed of cells, and cells are the basic unit of life. The cell theory was expanded by Virchow in 1940 by suggesting that all the cells arise from pre-existing cells. Electron microscope was discovered in 1940, due to which it was possible to understand complex structures of the cell and its organelles. Organelles means its components, its part. The invention of magnifying lenses led to the discovery of microscope word. There are two types of organisms on the basis of the number of cells they have. First, unicellular organisms that consist of a single cell are called unicellular organisms. Example, amoeba, paramecium. Multicellular organisms are those organisms that consist of many cells. For example, plants and animals. So we are here to discuss first part of a cell, that is plasma membrane, the outermost covering of the cell that separates the contents of the cell from its external environment is called plasma membrane. It is living, thin, delicate, elastic, and selectively permeable. Selectively permeable means it allows only few substances to enter or exit from the cell. It is made up of lipids and proteins, and it is present both in plant cell and animal cell. Now, what are the functions of plasma membrane? First, it gives a definite shape to the cell. It allows or permits the entry and exit of some material in and out of the cell. It provides a mechanical barrier for the protection. Now, there are a few important definitions which we will discuss now. First, diffusion. What is diffusion? Movement of particles or a substance from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration is called diffusion. Osmosis is the passage of water. Keep this in mind. It is the passage of water from a region of high water concentration through a semi-permeable membrane to a region of low water concentration. Now, there are three types of solution which we will discuss over here: hypotonic, isotonic, and hypertonic. If the medium surrounding the cell, I'm talking about if you will put some cell in a medium that has a higher water concentration than the cell, that is if the solution is very dilute, containing more water, then the cell will gain water by osmosis, and such a dilute solution is called hypotonic solution. So if the medium surrounding the cell that has a higher water concentration, such dilute solution is called hypotonic solution. Isotonic solution, if the medium surrounding a cell has exactly the same water concentration as the cell, and there will be no net movement of water across the cell membrane, right? So there will be no net movement of water. Such a solution is called isotonic solution. And hypertonic solution, if the surrounding medium has a lower water concentration than the cell, and it is very concentrated solution, for example, highly concentrated sugar solution or highly concentrated salt solution, then the cell will lose water by osmosis, and such a solution is known as hypertonic solution. Now, what is endocytosis? The flexibility of the cell membrane enables the cell to engulf in food and other materials from the external environment. For example, in amoeba, you will find that in amoeba that the whole food, it will engulf by the amoeba. This process is called endocytosis. So flexibility of the cell membrane enables the cell to engulf in food, for example, in amoeba. Then plasmolysis, when a living cell loses water through osmosis, there is shrinkage or contraction of the content of the cell away from the cell wall. This phenomenon is known as plasmolysis. You will find whole content of the cell gets shrink, and you will find the content of the cell away from the cell wall, and this process, this phenomenon is known as plasmolysis. Dear students, these are the notes of the chapter, the fundamental unit of life. In my next video, I will discuss about the components or cell organelles. So you keep watching, and just subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.